We're moving on. We're gonna call forward stage Michael Duncan from U.N.I.A. to bring greetings, a message.
Greetings, Africans. One God, one name, one destiny. Long live Marcus Garvey. Let Africa be our guiding star. Let us guide our own destiny. Let me see the hands of the U.N.I.A members in here. Let me see the hands of the U.N.I.A members in here. Brothers and sisters, Marcus Garvey said, as long as you have African blood coursing through your vein, you are a member of the U.N.I.A. He said, as long as you have African blood coursing through your vein, you are a member of the U.N.I.A. There are only two types of members. One who is active and another who is inactive. My purpose for being here today is to get each and every one of you to activate your citizenship in the U.N.I.A. today. This great government that Mr. Garvey built for us, brothers and sisters. My name is Michael Duncan, and I am the 10th successor to the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Just like Mr. Garvey, born in St. Anne's Bay, I was born in the Grand Spin area of Jamaica. Migrated to the United States, picked up the philosophy and opinion of Marcus Garvey, and after reading that book, while I'm happy to be a Jamaican, happy to be born here, I realized that I was in fact an African, born in Jamaica. But before I go any further, I want to thank the Rastaman, because on Shorten Avenue where I live, it was the Rastaman who gave me the inspiration of Marcus Garvey. It was the Rastaman who taught me one love. It was the Rastaman who taught us to eat well. It was the Rastaman who kept Garvey and Garveyism alive. You see, brothers and sisters, our ancestors only died when we stopped talking about them. I have some big, gigantic shoes to walk in. And I can't walk in these shoes by myself. By myself, but so are you by yourself. So I'm asking each and every one of you, before I leave today, activate your citizenship in the U.N.I.A. They claim that they want to pardon Mr. Garvey. Why do we need any pardon for him? To ask for a pardon is to suggest that the prophet did something wrong. The prophet did nothing wrong, therefore we don't need any pardon. I need each and every one of us to exonerate the prophet, and how we exonerate the prophet is to join the movement that the prophet built for us. This is our government. Mr. Garvey was our first president. I'm here to represent Mr. Garvey. Brothers and sisters, I don't speak anything for myself. I don't create anything for myself. Everything, every word that I utter are words from Mr. Garvey. Mr. Garvey gave us the flag, the red, black, and green, on August 13, 1920, at the Constitution's convention. He gave us the Constitution. He gave us a plan, everything that we need. On a trip from London to Kingston, Jamaica in 1914, Mr. Garvey asked those valid questions. Where is the black man king and his kingdom? Where is people of high places? Where is his government? Mr. Garvey said, I couldn't find them, therefore I will help you make them. Brothers and sisters, let me ask you a question today. Where are our banks? Where are our supermarkets? We're cultural people and we love ourselves, we love our food. Where are our supermarkets? To step off the plane in Jamaica and to see this. As I rode up on the highway today, the north-south highway from Kingston to Ocho Rios, I said, my God, this highway here is not for black people. This highway here is not for us. I don't know if you realize what's going on. The highway is to link up what's going on downtown Kingston. Traveling north here on both sides. And it's not for us. There will be inhabitants on either side of the highway that won't look like us. We saw the incident in Tivoli Gardens roughly 60 years ago. You think that was by accident? Who sends a drone to look for a so-called gun smuggler? Brothers and sisters, the objective is to build the biggest pier downtown Kingston. The objective is to get rid of our people who live downtown Kingston. Brothers and sisters, there's only one solution. Garvey and Garveyism. 4,000 years ago in Kemet, it worked for us. Our ancestors created math and science. As I went to high school, they want to tell me nonsense about Pythagorean theory, that a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and Pythagoras invented it. That's nonsense. We built the Great Pyramid, and if you look at the pyramid and come straight down, it forms a right triangle. Therefore, it is telling us that that theory, that plan, that motion was in play 2,000 years before Pythagoras visit Kemet. Brothers and sisters, we built the great Kemetian Empire, the great Malayan Empire. We built the great Songhai Empire. What I am saying, what we have done already, we can do. If you realize, Cuba wasn't looking out for Africans. United States wasn't looking out for Africans. Jamaica was not looking out for Africans. That's the reason why Mr. Garvey created the U.N.I.A. But brothers and sisters, they had to stop Mr. Garvey. They had to stop him. They had to stop Mr. Garvey. They couldn't allow it. But Mr. Garvey said it best. Mr. Garvey said, when I did what I did, I knew exactly what would happen to me. When I did what I did, I knew exactly what would happen to me. However, brothers and sisters, Mr. Garvey said, men who are in earnest are unafraid of consequences. Therefore, we must do what we believe to be right and be prepared to accept the consequences. As I listened to the great Malcolm X said, every time I see an island in the Caribbean, every time I see a country getting its independence in Africa, I know that Marcus Garvey is alive. Martin Luther King said special thanks and praises must be given to this African prophet who showed us the way to salvation. Historians tell us that what Mr. Garvey did, when he did it and how he did it was impossible. But brothers and sisters, the spirits of our ancestors were working. Sister, you speak about the great Haiti. But roughly 12 to 13 years before we saw greatness begin to unravel in Haiti, we saw greatness in the mountains of Jamaica. On 60 different hilltops, we saw the Maroons who decided to take their own destiny. Thank God that we can relay our messages. In 1751, on the Isle of Saint-Domingue, which is currently Haiti, we saw the emergence of Francois Mackendal, who said, we will kill all the slave masters. We will get rid of them and control our own destiny. Francois Mackendal didn't even realize what he was doing, but they killed him in 1758. He knew they would have killed him, but he did it anyway, just to see the birth of the great Jean-Jacques Dessalines that led on to Bookman and to liberation. Mr. Garvey got that inspiration from Haiti just the same way. Brothers and sisters, Mr. Garvey said, any nation that relies on another for economic existence sooner or later dies. Brothers and sisters, we are the only people that send our children into a school system that benefit by miseducating them and don't get involved. We are the only people that allow police departments all over the world, be it in Brazil, South Africa, United States, wherever, to kill our young people and don't get involved. When are we going to get sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired and control and sisters, I'm asking you, I'm begging you, I'm pleading you, join our ranks today, the U.N.I.A. We have 3 U.N.I.A divisions in Jamaica. We want a division in every single parish. And before I leave here today, I need a division in St. Anne's Bay. Brothers and sisters, you have to work with me. You know, brothers and sisters, I read the book, Philosophy and Opinion of Marcus Garvey. I was a confused young man living in Brooklyn, New York. And after reading that book, it redirected my life. After reading that book and saw the empire that Mr. Garvey had planned for us in Liberia, I said, I have to move to Liberia. But I said, how am I going to get to Liberia? I don't know anyone there. I'm from Jamaica. I only know Jamaica and Brooklyn, Kingston and Brooklyn. How am I going to get to Liberia? It's amazing how the ancestors work. Yes, yes. Brothers and sisters, the ancestors are always in our corner. 12 years after that, my sister married a brother from Liberia. The brother name is George Weah, footballer George Weah. And I began to ask him about Liberia, how Liberia is structured. I want to move to Liberia. Why I want to move to Liberia? Mr. Garvey had negotiated 1 million acres of land in Liberia for us to build that empire in 1918, exactly 100 years ago. The powers that be, that degenerate, W.E. Du Bois and the cronies, stop that. The Liberian government destroyed that plan, stole the monies, stole everything. Brothers and sisters, we're 100 years forward. 2018, my brother-in-law is now the president of Liberia. I'm an advisor to the president of Liberia. I'm in the process of negotiating 1 million acres of land to build that city that Mr. Garvey spoke about, brothers and sisters. Our convention just finished here in Jamaica. I told my brothers and sisters from the United States, we must come to Jamaica, have a convention, then we go to Liberia and have another convention. Each and every one of you, if you want to come and see that land where we are going to build that city. Brothers and sisters, most of you may think that it's impossible. But brothers and sisters, that criminal, that degenerate Julius Caesar, in 55 BC, if someone had told him that the people he was enslaving would one day rule the world, he would not believe them. But as soon as Mr. Britain was released from bondage, he says, I'm going home. And I'm going to build an empire. He said, those who fail to see will feel. We see the empire, even though Rome was strong, brothers and sisters. Rome fell and we saw the emergence of the British Empire. Brothers and sisters, we saw Soviet Union rising and falling. Nowadays we're hearing China crying for Chinese. Brothers and sisters, we are making that same cry. Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad. Brothers and sisters, in New York, they trumped up charges on Mr. Garvey. They trumped up charges on the brother. When they had Mr. Garvey in the trial, Mr. Garvey was getting the better of the U.S. attorney. The U.S. attorney stood up and said to the jurors, are you going to let the tiger go? Are you going to let the tiger go? Brothers and sisters, they convicted Mr. Garvey. They convicted him and they put him in prison in Atlanta. Mr. Garvey said, you have the tiger. However, brothers and sisters, my cubs are roaming. Yes, yes. We have seen cubs like Queen Mother Samad, who brought Garvey and Garveyism to Jamaica. We have seen the great Carlos Cooks, who said that we don't have to run them out of our communities, just don't buy from them, and they will leave. But while being in prison, brothers and sisters, Mr. Garvey knew they were going to kill him. Mr. Garvey knew they were going to kill in prison. So he wrote a letter to all Africans, to all the U.N.I.A division. We have 3 U.N.I.A division in Jamaica. Join one or help me create one today. Let's exonerate Mr. Garvey by making the U.N.I.A the government that it was supposed to be while being in prison. Mr. Garvey wrote a letter. And the letter was to go out to every African, explaining to them that no matter what, I am with you. So brothers and sisters, if you're patient with me, please allow me to bring Mr. Garvey's voice in the room. I'm coming, sister, but Mr. Garvey's voice has to come in this room before I leave. What do you say, people? All right, sister, right now, Mr. Garvey said, after my enemies are satisfied, I shall come back to serve. He said, in life I shall be the same, but in death I shall be a terror to the force of black liberty. He said, if death has power, come to me to be the real Marcus Garvey. If I may come in a cyclone, pestilence, or as God would have me black people, don't you know I shall never desert you and make your enemies triumph over you? Sister Bella, would I not go to hell 1,000,000 times for you? Would I not cry at the footstool of the Lord omnipotent for you black people? Would I not walk the earth like the ghost of not death? Black people, then why be sad? Cheer up and be assured that if it takes 1,000,000 years, the sins of our enemies shall visit the 1,000,000th generation of those who hinder and oppress us. If I die in Atlanta, my work then shall only begin. For I shall live in the spiritual to see the days of Africa's glory. Black people, when I am dead, wrap me in the mantle of the red, the black, and the green. For with God's grace and blessing, I shall rise again. I shall bring with me countless millions of Africans who have died in North America and Africa to aid us in the fight for freedom, liberty, and life. One God, one aim, one destiny. Brothers and sisters, activate your citizenship. Today, help us create more divisions in Jamaica. Today, thank you, brother. Let Africa be our guiding star. Thank you.